about adding and subtracting. Okay. All right, so think about like just regular old fractions, like 2/7 plus 3/7. How would I solve that? I'm sorry? Yeah, you just add the... So you just add the numerators, you leave the denominators the same. So that'd be 5/7, right? Okay? Same thing with with fractions that have expressions in them. As long as they have like denominators, you just add the numerators or subtract the numerators and copy over the denominator. So these have common denominators, x minus 2. So I would just move this over, 4x minus x, and put it over x minus 2. Okay? What is 4x minus x, though? 3x. Yeah. So my final answer would be 3x over x minus 2. Make sense? Okay? It's common, just like we didn't, it's a common denominator, so it just moves over. Okay? How about this one? Common denominator, right? So what would the top of the fraction be? 2x squared plus 2. And the bottom of the fraction would be x squared plus 1. Now, you also need to do what we did yesterday, and that is factor and simplify if you can. So we can change 2x squared plus 2 into 2 times x squared plus 1, right? If I factor out a 2. Okay? And the bottom is still x squared plus 1. So can I simplify that at all? Yeah. Both x squared plus 1's cancel, so the final answer is just 2. So 2x squared over x squared plus 1 plus 2 over x squared plus 1, the answer is 2. It's a really, really complicated way to write 1 plus 1. All right? So that's pretty simple, right? Okay. The only fly in the ointment is when you have to get common denominators. Okay? It just means the only problem, the only trick. Oh, it's snowing. I really hope it didn't snow. That was last period we were talking about. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is find the common denominator. Then you're going to write both expressions using that common denominator, and then you're going to just do like we did up there. Add them together, factor out anything they have in common. All right? So to find the common denominator, the first thing you need to do is factor. All right? So I'm going to change this into x over 3 times x minus 5 by factoring out a 3. Okay? And I'm going to factor this one, leave the top alone for now, and factor this one into x minus 5x plus 1. Okay? Now, to get common denominators, I need to just figure out, I need one of everything in there. Yep.
Why did you change the minus and plus to minus?
Didn't mean to. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So to get common denominators, I'm going to have an x minus 5, right? I'm also going to have a 3, and what's the last thing? X minus 1, or x plus 1, right? So when I add these up, or subtract them, I guess, my common denominator is going to be 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 1. And 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 1. Okay, that's going to be my common denominator. To get that, I've got to turn this into this. What do I have to multiply by? X plus 1. So I'm going to multiply, what color so you can see it. I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by x plus 1. So this x plus 1 shows up there, and this becomes x times x plus 1. Okay? What do I need to multiply for this one to become 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 1? What do I have to multiply this guy by to get that? 3. So here, because I need my common denominator to be 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 1. Okay? Why? Because I need both denominators to be the same. So just like if I had 3/5 plus 1/8, how would you add those two together? Yeah, you'd multiply this one by 8, right? And you multiply this one by 5, right? So that they had common. Well, that's what we're doing here. We're taking everything that's not already in this one and multiplying by it, and then taking everything that's not already in this one and multiplying by it. Okay? Okay. 3 times 2x plus 2. Okay? So far, so good? I know this is a lot of steps, but all right. Then the next thing I have to do is actually do the subtraction. So I'm going to change this into, well, first of all, let me distribute that. X squared plus x minus, and then I'm going to distribute that, minus 6x plus 6, all over 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 1. Okay? That's why I got common denominator, so I could actually do the division, or do the subtraction. All right? Then I combine like terms. So this is, I'm going to distribute the negative, so this is really minus 6x minus 6, right? So the top is going to be x squared, and then positive x minus 6x is minus 5x, and then minus 6 is there, and then all that stuff on the bottom stays. Oops. Minus 5. Okay? And then, I'm almost done, I have to factor that. Okay, so x squared minus 5x minus 6 is x minus 6 times x plus 1. And then all over all this other stuff. And then I look to see if I can reduce any of it. Can anything be factored out? X plus 1. The x plus 1s can be factored out. So my final answer is x minus 6 over 3 times x minus 5. Okay? It's complicated, I know. All right, let's do another one. Let's do this one. Okay. Now, I would suggest that you factor this into all its component parts, like 10x squared. Couldn't I break that into 2x and 5x? Right? I just think it's easier to look for common denominators when you have it all broken apart. So I'm going to change that into 2x and 5x. And then over here, I can factor out what? What can I factor out of this? 5x. So I'm going to factor 5x out of here, and an x minus 2 there. Okay? What's my common denominator going to be? Jake? What's my common denominator going to be? Well, I've got to include all the pieces, one of everything. Okay, so my common denominator is going to be, there's going to be an x minus 2 in it. What else? A 2x and a 5x. Sorry. this is going to be my common denominator. 2x times 5x times x minus 2.
So just incorporate everything here.
Yep, one of everything.
So if there's two 5x's up there, you just combine them into one.
Right, because this one already has a 5x, so we don't have to double it up. As long as there's 1 in both sides. All right, so to turn this into this, what do I have to multiply this side by? I want this denominator to look like this. So what am I missing? X minus 2. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 2. Okay, so that gives me 3 times x minus 2 on the top. What do I have to multiply this denominator by to get this? 2x. 2x. Okay, so this becomes 4x squared. Okay? I know, it's a lot. All right. Oh, shoot. Okay, let's just move all this out of the way. Okay, then this combined to be, I'm going to distribute that 3, to be 4x squared plus 3x minus 6. Okay, I just combined all the top, and it's all over the common denominator. 2x times 5x times x minus 2. Okay? Yeah, and then I need to factor this if I can. So I make my diamond. I get negative 24 on the top and 3 on the bottom. Is there anything I can multiply to get negative 24 and add to get 3? What are the ways to get 24? 12 and 2, that doesn't work. 6 and 4, does that work? No. 8 and 3, does that work? No. So that one's factored, so I'm done. That's it. We're done. Okay? All right. Why don't you guys try? Okay. So we.
What is it?
Keep the top the same. This one factored is x plus 2 times x plus 2, right? This one factored is x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay? So my common denominator is going to be, they share an x plus 2, so that's definitely going to be there. This one has another x plus 2, so we got to add that one. And this one has an x minus 2. So that's going to be my common denominator. X plus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2. Okay, so to get from here to here with this one, I've got to do, right, x plus 1 times x minus 2. And to get from this one to this one, I'm going to have to add another x plus 2. So I'm going to subtract 6 times x plus 2. Okay? Then I got to FOIL, distribute, and combine like terms. So that's going to be x squared minus x minus 2 minus 6x minus 12 over all that stuff. X plus 2 times x plus 2 is x plus 2 squared. So I'm just going to shorthand that. All right, and then this factors down to x squared minus 7x minus 14 over x plus 2 squared times x minus 2. Can I factor x squared minus 7 minus 14?
What?
No, because the only two ways to get 14 are 14 and 1 and 7 and 2. Do either of those add up to be 7? No. No, so we're done. That's it.